Do you know what time it is? Oh, we know what time it is. It's commanding Cash-A-Thon time. It's commanding Cash-A-Thon time. Hey, good morning. I'm Catherine Perry, and I am your host of the Daily One Command. And today is the Daily Commanding Cash-A-Thon. Woo! So what we do, I'm like I literally am this excited when it comes to commanding the cash because the energies really just start building up, and it's the perfect kind of topper to the week's teachings that we've had before. I don't know if you're familiar with me or you've seen my channel, but what I do, every day, Monday through Friday, right at 9 o'clock, I come on and I share a kind of a thought of the day, a teaching of the day. And this week we have been talking about affirmations and how to turn those affirmations into potential. And so by the time we get here, I've been doing commands all week. The energy's been flowing, and then this is just the next natural like step. So when I tell you I'm excited, I really and truly mean it. One thing I want to be sure and mention is for everybody watching today, if you're watching by YouTube, all you need to do is just put in your comments and I will be able to see them during the live broadcast. If you are watching by replay, do me a favor and do a hashtag replay and then your comment. And I really appreciate the likes and comments on the video. I have so many wonderful clients that I've had for a while that are watching this, and they watch the video and they send me a text message about, wow, that was great. I learned this today. And I said, please put that in the comments. But if you are watching on Facebook, uh, my goodness sakes. If you are watching by Facebook, at the bottom of the description here or wherever you see it, at the very bottom, you'll see where it says to like the StreamYard app, and that will give me permission to see your comments or questions. Okay. So, who is ready to go for it? I know I am. I'm pretty excited. So, this week we have been talking about affirmations and potential, right? And I just want to give a little brief um, overview of kind of what we've covered this week because we'll look at very often we look at an affirmation and we go, oh, that's cool. Yes, I want that. And one of two things is happening. When we see that one, it's like, yes, this is a sign that I'm on the right track because this is what I am speaking into my own life. Now, by the way, we are always affirming in our life. We are always making affirmations. We're either making ones that empower us and give us more choices and enable us to step into our greater potential, or we're speaking words that cause the complete opposite effect. But when we look at these affirmations, very often what happens is, like I said, one, we go, yes, that's the sign I'm on the right track. I'm getting the feedback from the universe. This is supporting the decision I made about my life and who I want to be and how I want to show up in it. This is what I want. But then there's other people when they see it, and I went through this and I thought it was important to share this because very often we'll go, yes, I want that thing. Oh, maybe if I impress myself with that thought enough, maybe it'll replace, pardon me, I keep bumping my camera. It'll replace this feeling inside. But what gets set up instead is this immediately, it creates this split. And we immediately are self identifying as weak, lost, broke, poor, unempowered, less than in some way. And then we are trying to seek something outside of us and pull it into us. And what we're putting in that gap is fear and longing. When we do our commands today in commanding for cash, I want to encourage you to really be in your body as a wealth commander. Not because it's something you're hoping for, but it's because of who you are. Because of who you are. It's the way you think, it's the way you act, it's the basis that you make your decisions from, that you are a wealth commander. And just breathe into the difference of that state of being, because very often when we're thinking about money, we're in need, want, desire. Oh, we got to get it. But what happens is when we start working towards it, an interesting thing happens. Like, let's say you set up a business to generate money and you see the potential and you get really excited about your business, and suddenly you find you're not doing the stuff about your business, but you're procrastinating. All of a sudden, all this resistance and fear and stuff shows up, and suddenly everything is more important, and you have to do all this other stuff before you can do your business of businessing to make the cash that you wanted the business to generate for you. Yeah, we've set up that resistance because we set that goal outside of us. We made that desire and that want of it, and the importance of it became so much greater than us. We felt small. We felt like we weren't enough. And then what becomes between the gap of where we are and what we want to create gets filled with shame. And that's what we're busting today. We aren't having any of that today. Who's with me on that? We are not having any of that shame talk, not enough talk. We are done with that stuff. Okay? All right. So let's go for it. Let's get right into it. Okay, so of course it's our wonderful Commanding Cash-A-Thon day. I do this every Friday at 9 o'clock, but pay attention, because I'm going to, especially if you're in the Facebook world or in Instagram, because I'm going to start doing special watch parties later in the day for these. Okay, so you can catch the replays. All right, so what are we talking about? Well, we're talking about that money, honey. We're talking about your money, not somebody else's money. We're trying to steal out of that pocket and get into your pocket. Not the money you need, that you got to have, that you wish you had. We are talking about your money that is yours by divine right birth. So it is all about calling in your cash. And isn't that a cool idea? I heard someone who was talking about this. He said, "Yeah, I've got this. When I'm out and I'm in sales, I feel like my money is in that customer's pocket, and it's my job to talk to them, and convince them to take my money out of their pocket and give it to me." And I thought, well, I don't know how much I agree with that, but I really something is resonating about your money. My money is out there. So right now you are thinking about your source of money, your current source of money, and where you can possibly see money coming from, right? And this is our ordinary beta thinking. We get conditioned, especially if we were in the work world. Well, payday's first and the 15th. And we're so exhausted and worn out, we really don't have any energy to try to generate more income or to even think about it. That's all by design, guys. Okay. But your money is there. Your potential is there. Your money is already there. And your source was never your job. Your source is actually not your business. Your source is not your social security or disability or annuities or anything else. That is a stream, not your source. Your source is you, as your creativity and the value that you're bringing to the world, and it is you as a being that has the ability to create by their command. You're making the decision to make something happen, you speak the word, and then you start acting as if it were true. That sounds really simple, but it can be hard to do if we don't detach from whose money we think we have, where we're trying to get money from, and what the source is. So we want to tune in to your cash. Okay. And what would it be like if money just materialized? Like it's already there. If it were already there and it suddenly just started materializing. I love this picture. I hope you can see it. It's a picture in a bedroom, and the bed's covered in money. There's money all over the floor. There's a little money tornado in the middle, and it's flying all around. Money, money, money everywhere. just brought into this beautiful, intimate space. And I can imagine walking through this house and money just being everywhere. So Robert Collier said this: all riches have their origin in the mind. Wealth is in ideas, not money. So we're here. Well, wait, we're calling in cash money. Well, we've got to get a new idea about money, a new idea about wealth, and we got to condition our mind in order to have a new idea. Like one of the things that we talk about in when we're doing the 6 steps of the one command, what is the 7th step? We get an inspired idea, and so we're going to take inspired action and we move on it. And very often we get an idea, we go, yeah, that's cool, I see an opportunity, but first let me do this, or I don't know if I should do that. I don't know what could happen if I followed up on that idea. And your old your habit of being in the old way takes over rather than following that inspiration. Okay? So it really is true that it all starts in your mind, and you got to start conditioning your mind to think, feel, and believe, and accept the fact that you have the power to create money by your command. And you have the right to set the standard for how much money is in your life for you, in order for you to be happy, satisfied, and fulfilled. Not many people actually want to be, bazillionaires or multi millionaires, but they do want to be able to live in grace and ease and have more choices and not have to worry about certain things because of a lack of money. Most people are not asking for millions and millions, but millions and millions is available to anyone who asks. So the basic format of the one command is, I don't know how and then you would state your command. I only know it's so now, and I am fulfilled. Today, what we're going to be talking about is my money, your money that already exists. Okay, it's already out there. And before we do the command, I want to just invite you, I'm going to take you on a little meditation journey, unless you're driving, but we're not going to take very long with this. Okay, but first, I just want you to close your eyes. And in your mind's eye, I want you to think about your current concept of money, of how much money you have, of how much you believe is available to you. Maybe up until now. Right now you're going, well, cool, I want to have new beliefs. But just think about where you think your next cash infusion is coming from. When you think about how cash is flowing to you right now, does it seem to come from one particular direction? Are there multiple sources? Is there some extra that you can tap into? Just be present to it, just be aware. And if you could point, like from what direction you see your money coming, what direction would you be pointing in? Would you be pointing up, down, directly ahead, behind you, to the left, to the right? Isn't that interesting? Just stay present to this, but I wonder why that direction? Why only that direction? So right now we're just going to just ask a question. Keep your eyes closed as you're thinking about this. I wonder how many directions, how many more directions could I start receiving money from? That's interesting. Like, could money come from behind you? Like we feel like we're behind on our bills. Do you think our money could come from behind? Could it come from the left or the right? That's interesting. You probably didn't realize that you had an internal representation about the direction and flow of money. What would it be like if you were free to just decide that money can come to you from north by northwest? Don't have to know what that is, but I just decided money's going to come not from true north, but also north by northwest, from the south, from the east, from above, from below. Like, wow, just imagine money bubbling up under your feet, flowing in from many directions. I wonder what would happen if you said, I'm ready for money to flow to me from all directions in my life. I'm ready for money to flow to me from all directions. I love this idea because very often we'll close off opportunities or cash flow coming from the past. We think, oh, it's done. I'll never get it. I got everything I was supposed to. And we had one of our workshop attendees report to us that for years and years, she used to get these little annuities. I think they had to do with some oil money. And it was annuities, and she'd get it like quarterly, and it'd be 15, $20. And she never thought much about it. Like, she'd see the check, and the envelopes had come in, and she just kind of threw them to the side. And then every once in a while she's cleaning up, she'd gather up all the checks and go deposit them. But then all these letters kind of started coming out of sequence more and more, and she was like, that's weird. But she was busy and she didn't think about it. And then finally, one was from an attorney's office, and she said, what is this? And they said, we are trying to contact you because there was a mistake in the probate of the estate where all this had gotten set up for her. I think it was her mom or dad, maybe a grandparent. And we need to have you sign some papers because there is money waiting for you. Her first little initial payment that was for that year was $85,000. And then once she got all the paperwork done, there was thousands upon thousands of dollars because some piece of paper had gotten mishandled that she wasn't aware of. She never considered that to be a source. And in fact, that little 15, $20 a month, she disregarded and ignored. She didn't bless it. She wasn't appreciative of it. It was just a thing in her life. And I wonder how many things we have like that in our lives. So when we're doing our command today, and in that money room, I don't know how I am awakened to all the directions, all the ways money can flow into my life. I only know I am awakened now, and I am fulfilled. Now this is really important, but I know you've got a specific cash need right now. There could be a bill, or maybe you want to buy a house, or dental work, or a new car, or there's some extra thing, or you've really been needing to take a trip. You need to get away and refresh yourself, but you haven't really seen how you can make that happen. Or you've wanted to invest in yourself. So think about what it is, like, and we call it your chief aim. What is your main money goal? And it could be, that's your big money need, right? What is your main money goal? And these two numbers are really important. If you know about how much you're going to need to buy that car or take the trip or whatever, it's important to know that. Okay. But at the same time, you've got to let it go that the money, you've got to assume the money's going to be there and focus on manifesting the trip, the car, the outcome that you desire. Okay. But maybe you do have a big financial goal. Working with someone who wants to generate X amount of money into her retirement account because she wants to go live in Europe. Yeah. So maybe you have that number, right? That's your big money goal. I've got a monthly one that I'm shooting for. It's way outside of my comfort zone and it's way outside of what I see as possible. I've heard it's possible for other people, but I really don't know how it's going to happen. But I know it's possible because here's how I know. When I ask myself, what is the biggest amount of money that I could manifest in a month? This number came up. Well, a particular number, and then I tripled it. You know why? Because even the number that you came up with and you said, what is my big financial goal? What is that big number? Have you ever wondered why it was that number? That one number in particular? Well, it had meaning to you. That's your capacity. That's the level of your belief. That's what you might decide that you need. But it's your particular number. But if we try to catch somebody else's goal because they went after it and not that we think we ought to too, we're never going to feel congruent with it. But what is your number of your big money goal? Tune into that. And then as we do the 6 steps and we do the command, this command is the lens. That money flows to me in every direction. My money flows to me in every direction. Okay? Let's do our 6 steps. All right. Good morning. Now, who's with me today? I see that we have some folks on YouTube. Good morning. And we have some in the Facebook group, and we have some in the TOC Money Mindset Mastery, and we have a few in our the One Command Master Your Money Mindset Facebook page. So, how you doing? All right. So we're going to go through the 6 steps. I want to just have you close your eyes and picture, visualize, or imagine that you are like a tree and that you have long, deep roots. And the trunk of the tree is like the base of your spine. And just feel those roots going down, down, down into the earth, connecting with that earth energy. And if you have any tension, anxiety, any worries, any aches, pains, any blocked up energy, just let it go. Let it just slide right down into the earth. Release, release, release. Beautiful. And just be aware that the earth is breaking down and transforming that energy and turning it into creative life force energy. And now I want to invite you to just be aware of that earth energy starting to come back up through your feet, up your shins and calves, up into your knees, your hips, up your spine, into your shoulders. You're doing great. Down your arms, into your elbows. Just really let that earth energy support you as you bring your attention to your heart. And as you focus on your heart, I just greet you. The master in me greets the master in you. And in this space, let there only be love between us. And right now, between where you are now and where you want to be in life, the money, the ease, having your needs met, living in the home you desire, driving the kind of car you love to drive, having the experiences that are meaningful, being able to be a positive force in the world, being able to help others. That version of you that already exists. And so between you now and that version of yourself that is richer than you ever imagined, between knowing and not knowing, let there only be love. And we choose love because that is the creative force of the universe. And speaking of, I want to invite you to become aware of your connection to Source. And it's very much like a pole of light that's coming right down through the top of your head, right down through your crown chakra, aligning to you, coming right down 2 channels on either side of your spine, going right down through your lower back, all the way down to the center of the earth. And instantly, this spiritual life force energy is mixing and blending with the creative life force energy of the earth and your own unique energy. With your eyes closed, very softly roll your eyes up as if you're trying to look up through the top of your head and picture, visualize, or imagine that you are traveling up this pole of light. And the higher you go, the faster you go, and soon you find yourself out in space. You're out at the outer edge of the galaxy, beyond the Milky Way, and you just see universes whizzing past, galaxy after galaxy, and soon you find yourself at the outer edge of the universe, in the velvety black void of space. And in the distance, you may see a teeny pinprick of light. Head towards that, and instantly you break through the darkness into the light of pure, open potential. For a moment, just let your eyes relax. Remember to breathe and roll your eyes back up as we state the one command. I don't know how. I am awakened to and completely aware of my money and where it is in the world. And I don't know how. I allow my money to flow to me from every direction. I only know my money is flowing to me now. It's flowing into my life. It's flowing into my bank account. It's flowing into my wallet. It's flowing into my room. It's flowing into my pockets. And I'm saying, yes, yes, yes. That money is filling up and paying off all my debt. All this money's coming in, and in place of debt is more freedom. I don't know how I find new places to keep all my money and new ways to experience my money. I don't know how I'm swimming in money. I don't know how my money comes to me when I beck and call. I only know my money is here now and I am fulfilled. Let your eyes relax. Let that go. Let that expand out to an idea even greater that serves more good. And in this greater space of being, witness, your eyes are relaxed, and in your mind's eye, witness that money coming to you. Your money. You're not trying to make invisible money appear. This is your money. The money you've worked for years for, the money you held a space for, all the value that you've provided for others, the millions that you've made possible for other people is now a possibility and a potential realized in your life now. And just witness that coming in and flowing into you. And now just feel yourself coming back into your body and start actively receiving in gratitude. Yes, this is mine. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, where did you find that? Yes, that's mine. Thank you. I love, oh, money. What are you doing hiding under there? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And you just start, and as you're receiving, just think about all the wonderful ways money is going to start making itself known to you and revealing itself to you. Your money, your opportunity, your ideas made manifest. And as this greater state of being of arriving as one who is um, able to receive, who is calling in, you are the one calling it in because it is yours. Let all those old ideas, all the limitation, let everything that's not that release, unwind, unwind, unwind. Just let it go. And now, this greater state of being, these new ideas, this greater awareness like, yeah, my money's here. Yeah, I'm calling my money. And you get a new bill, you need get something unexpected. What you go is, wow, it's going to be really cool to see how the money comes in for this. The money's already here. I know I have the money. And I don't know how. Your words are filling up your mouth of confidence. You're just confident. I don't know how you have a new confidence in you, a new awareness, a new understanding of how your money is just waiting to come in. And so just check in now. And remember, before we thought about what direction is your money coming from? Where is it coming from now? And when you think about your money goal and your money needs, is there anything, any thought, image, or idea, anything from the past, the present, or could ever arrive in the future that can stop that money from showing up for you in exactly the way you need it or want it? This is definitely a writer downer day. You want to be and make your notes. Keep a journal. I do have the action sheets for you, so you can grab those worksheets. That's actually a worksheet. I'm sorry, I called it two different names. And then what do we say? That seventh step is inspired action. So be ready for that idea or that inspiration, and you just go for it. Because that's the universe is responding. That's your higher intelligence. And if you get that idea, you're going to show that you can be trusted with these new ideas and opportunities. And it may be small, silly things to you. It may be incongruent. It may even not, it may or may not even produce a result that instant. But where you're going to demonstrate to yourself that you're listening to your intuition, you're listening to the guidance, you're willing to obey, and then you just keep following through. Okay. How's that for a money affirmation? Yay. Happy Friday. Woohoo! So I appreciate you so much for joining me, not only today, but for the other um, daily commands. And if there's anything I can be of help or support to you, please be sure and let me know. I do want to remind y'all that I do have a free community, and here's the link for it right here. I have the Facebook group, but I have uh, attached to my website a free community where I've got all of these past videos are stored in one place, and I also have the audios broke out so you can listen to them at different times. I've got other classes posted there. I've got old circle calls there where people would ask questions and say, how do I, what's the one command for this? And we would do these group calls, and they would just be so incredible. The lawnmowers have started. So be sure and tune into that community. It's free to join, and I hope to see you there. I am going to go ahead and let you go since these lawnmowers have started, and I know you got a busy day. So, my friend, until next time, this is Catherine Perry, the Big Vision Coach, and I witness your mastery. Bye bye, everybody.